rock and roll!
Well, judging from the carving on your desk, it looks like his name is Ozzy.
Yes, and apparently he rules.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So, Screen Rant posted this article talking about how Star Wars is going to officially rewrite The Rise of Skywalker. Fans are like, oh, that's nice, but they need to rewrite the entire sequel trilogy. Here's the problem. This thing is very, very much a clickbaity thing. The fact of the matter is, the only way these guys get anybody to comment is to post something like this that they know will piss off the fans. And people will come and comment, and, they get ad money from this. This is not necessarily misinformation, though, because if what Sparrow said is true, they're not just going to retcon the sequels. They're going to erase them completely. The Dave Filoni quote, Dave Filoni movie is on the back burner. Why? He has never directed a movie before in his life. And Disney's not going to do that anymore, even for the president of Lucasfilm. You can see where his standing is in the organization, that they can just say, we're not doing it, right? And he's not going to say anything. But what's interesting is that we were told, Sparrow, they said that Steven Spielberg is in talks to direct part of a trilogy, if not the first movie, maybe the second movie, maybe all three movies. And this is where you look at a story like the Screen Rant and scratch your head and go, okay, what's going on here? In my opinion, they already know this is happening, that things are being changed. Let me put it this way. Simon Kinberg is not getting a trilogy. Daisy Ridley's not going to be part of any of this. And when you see her reactions to the Rey movie thing, she just rolls her eyes. And especially since Kennedy's gone, because that was Kennedy's thing. And Kennedy was the one that dragged her out to Star Wars Celebration and said, we're doing a movie with you. And there you go. And the reason why is because Kennedy wanted to upstage John and Dave and Ahsoka, and she was pretty successful with it. And people like WDW Pro, that Park Place, and Nerdrotic made a lot of money off of that. And without her being there, I would say this has got to be an existential crisis when it comes to reporting Star Wars for black pills, because they don't have any reason to complain anymore, because they don't know what the next step is. And I really think Disney could have nipped it in the bud by telling everybody what happened after Dial of Destiny came out and failed. Right? They could have done that. They didn't. It was wrong. They gave people that are not reporters, they are not professionals, a lot of power over the narrative, and they shouldn't have done that. But right here, this is clickbait, but there is a little bit of truth to it. because they're doing a massive overhaul at the parks, and the sequel trilogy is going away. So, but let's talk more on the other side.
Dad, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity? My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go.
I've been basking in it for the last 30 minutes. My God. I feel like a seafront village after the Vikings have left.
Roger, at Cornell University, they have an incredible piece of scientific equipment known as the tunneling electron microscope. Now, this microscope is so powerful that by firing electrons, you can actually see images of the atom, the infinitesimally minute building block of our universe. Roger, if I were using that microscope right now, I still wouldn't be able to locate my interest in your problem.
So the thing about it is, George Lucas always intended for the sequels to be about Anakin's grandchildren. Notice I didn't say child, I said grandchildren. And we do know that there was artwork out there of a girl with a lightsaber and a boy with a blaster. We know that they traveled around with Han, and that's just from the concept art that he had done for Disney, and they did not want to do any of that. They basically did this, what they thought was the safe thing, and did a soft reboot, which, I mean, again, a soft reboot and Bob Iger kind of goes hand in hand, because he isn't the kind of guy, I think, that would take the chance on continuing the story. Kathleen Kennedy liked to say that we wanted the same old, same old. No, Kathleen, that's not the same old continuing the story. Right? Continuing the story is not The Force Awakens. It's just a soft reboot and basically doing your damnedest to erase what George created. And there you go. So, you know what? The rewriting the Rise of Skywalker, first off, no matter what that character says, she's a Palpatine. It's like a guy walking into girls' bathroom with pigtails and makeup, telling everybody we have to address him as a girl now. And no, it's not. That's not how it works, right? And that was stupid on JJ's part. It was nonsensical. Rey is a Palpatine, and basically they gave the Skywalker saga to the bad guy in the end. You know, so you've got, it was supposed to be the end of the Skywalker saga. Well, if they'd have done it right, we could have possibly had that and then had, you know, other stories going on. But they didn't do it right. And I think Disney, the incoming, whoever it's going to be, new CEO, is going to probably go along with a deep retcon or even erasing the sequel trilogy. And again, I talked about the money. They didn't make any, they lost money on this. Rey merchandise doesn't sell. And, you know, when your customer base loses interest because you've allowed, not only for poor storytelling, but for your employees who are the face of your company to abuse them, what do you think you're going to have to do in the end? They're going to have to find a way to get past the narrative that was built by Nerdrotic, by all the rest of this, these YouTubers, and get the interest back. And the best way to do it is to get rid of the sequels, right? And I think that the story probably was prompted because getting rid of the sequels is something they're actually thinking about. And so you kind of put it out there that you're setting up a scenario where don't be surprised. But they're not just getting rid of one movie, they're getting rid of all three of them. And arguably, the worst one is The Last Jedi, right? The worst one's The Last Jedi, so why don't we get rid of that? Why don't we get rid of all of it? And I think that's probably what's happening. With Kennedy not being there, and hopefully other people leaving, we will see the end of this era of garbage. Hopefully starting with Darth Maul, Shadow Lord. Anyway, I just wanted to make a comment on the Screen Rant article, and I will see you around the galaxy.
Ready, everybody?
All set.
Here we go again.